Girl, the 1998 film Girl, starring Dominique Swain. Girl is a 1990 Wikipedia information, public domain information. Girl is a 1998 American drama film starring Dominique Swain, Christopher Masterson, Selma Blair, Tara Reid, Summer Phoenix, Portia de Rossi, and Sean Patrick Flannery. It was based on a novel of the same name written by Blake Nelson. It was written by Blake Nelson and David E. Tolchinsky and directed by Jonathan Kahn. Plot. Andrea Marr, played by Dominique Swain, is a bright, straight-A, 18-year-old high school senior living a sheltered life in rural Washington. She has two close friends, bookish Darcy, played by Selma Blair, and rebellious aspiring rock star Sybil, played by Tara Reid. Andrea is insecure and confused at her budding sexuality. In pursuit of becoming women, Andrea and Darcy attend a frat party and attempt to lose her virginity. Both are unsuccessful, and Andrea ends up passing out and waking up with a frat boy masturbating on top of her. Upon learning of her acceptance to Brown University, Andrea realizes that she hasn't had many life experiences. So she ventures into the local rock scene with classmate and groupie Rebecca, played by Summer Phoenix, to watch Sybil and her band, which is made up of two other classmates, Richard, played by Christopher Masterson, and Greg, played by David Moscow. There she meets local rock singer Todd Sparrow, played by Sean Patrick Flannery, and becomes enamored with him. Andrea loses her virginity to a guy named Kevin, played by Shannon Rowe, whom she also met at the show, but found the experience disappointing. Later, she finds Todd at a record store and accompanies him back to his sister Carla's, played by Portia de Rossi, apartment, where they have sex. After Todd leaves abruptly to go to band practice, leaving Andrea upset, but also obsessed with him, Andrea begins to neglect her friends, particularly Darcy, who is suffering from an eating disorder, in her pursuit of Todd. In the meantime, Sybil reveals to Andrea that she's dropping out of high school because she got a record deal. However, the record deal was only offered to her and not to Richard and Greg. Richard is upset but ultimately accepting of it, whereas Greg becomes severely depressed. Sybil and her new band open for Todd's band, but Andrea goes to the show. At the show, Andrea and Todd reunite and Andrea becomes Todd's groupie, and they get together often to have sex. Todd eventually breaks things off to go on tour, leaving Andrea heartbroken. Graduation comes along and Andrea is very somber. Unbeknownst to her, Todd came to the ceremony and watches her from the parking lot before driving off. Andrea finds a crying Richard at graduation and learns that Greg committed suicide. Andrea goes to a class graduation party. At the party, Andrea goes upstairs and finds Darcy making herself throw up in the bathroom. Andrea apologizes to Darcy about neglecting her and makes her promise to seek treatment for her eating disorder, which Darcy agrees to. Darcy reveals that she was very jealous of Andrea because she appeared to have everything. Andrea helps Darcy clean up. When they leave the bathroom, Andrea and Darcy get accosted by a classmate who often used to bully Richard and Greg. Richard intervenes, reveals his longtime crush on Darcy, and asks her to dance, which Darcy agrees. Andrea watches Darcy and Richard dance and gets approached by Sybil, who showed up to the party. Sybil expresses regret and sadness over Greg's suicide and says that she feels responsible. Andrea consoles her and Sybil reveals her feelings for Andrea by kissing her on the lips. Andrea is surprised, and even though she doesn't reciprocate those feelings, she allows Sybil to kiss her anyway. Andrea leaves the party. After the party, Andrea walks around for a while thinking about everything that's happened and encounters Todd. They go back to his department to talk, and Todd opens up to Andrea. He apologizes for treating her so badly and tells her that he can't go on tour without her and that he needs her. Andrea reveals to him that she's going to Brown and the Fall, and Todd is surprised at how smart she actually is. They attempt to have sex, but they can't because Todd is unable to get an erection. Andrea leaves, breaking things off with Todd for good. Andrea leaves for college, declaring herself a woman and hopeful for her future. The cast: Dominique Swain as Andrea Marr, Sean Patrick Flannery as Todd Sparrow, Summer Phoenix as Rebecca Fernhurst, Tara Reid as Sybil, Selma Blair as Darcy, Shannon Rowe as Kevin, Portia de Rossi as Carla Sparrow, Christopher Masterson as Richard, and David Moscow as Greg. Public domain information on the 1998 film Girl starring Dominique Swain.